Hello everyone. In this presentation we will compare the annual operating costs, cost per hour, and utilization across several aircraft, as well as how these costs compare to fractional and charter operations. 4 aircraft were selected for analysis: the Pilatus PC-12 NGX, PC-24, Cessna Citation CJ3 Plus, and the Beechcraft King Air 350. Key performance and cost metrics include block speed, estimated yearly utilization, total annual cost, and cost per hour. These variables help determine the financial feasibility of owning and operating each aircraft. So here we can see a graph that illustrates how annual operating costs increase with utilization. The charter model shows a low starting point because there's no initial investment in the aircraft. But as you can see, with utilization, the costs increase pretty rapidly, making it expensive at the higher usage levels, and really only practical in the very beginning. Fractional ownership shows a more gradual increase, while aircraft ownership provides more predictable cost growth. Among the aircraft selected, the PC-24 and CJ3 show higher total costs due to increased performance and capability, while the PC-12 and King Air remain more cost-efficient options, especially considering we're only looking at 300 nautical mile missions. That kind of makes the performance of the PC-24 and CJ3 a little unnecessary, and anytime you have higher performance in an aircraft, you typically are going to see the costs go up with that as well, and so those options were less viable than what we were looking for. The goal of management is to accomplish objectives productively and efficiently. This requires strong decision-making skills, and including the ability to analyze data and choose between alternative courses of action. In business aviation, this applies directly when selecting between charter, fractional ownership, or full ownership. Managers must use sound judgment and effectively manage time and resources to ensure that operations remain both cost-effective and aligned with company objectives. And the biblical integration I chose to tie into this is Proverbs 21 verse 5. The plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance. So this kind of ties in with smart planning leads to better outcomes, stewardship and financial decision making, effective management in business. Aviation requires careful planning and responsible decision making. Choosing the right aircraft or operational model is not just financial decision, but also a leadership responsibility. And I really thought Proverbs 21 ties into this because it teaches us that diligent planning leads to success, and poor planning leads to an ultimate loss in the end. And this principle directly applies to aviation operations, where thoughtful analysis ensures both efficiency and long-term sustainability for our company. Thanks for watching.